Testing, testing, testing. Hi there guys, my name is Rohan Beve, and in today's video we are going to be talking about what causes fevers. Now, in today's video we are going to be talking about what actually causes a fever, how does it work, and most importantly, what exactly is it? Now, you see, most people, when they think of a fever, okay, like most people think of a fever as an illness by itself, okay? So a lot of people think that fever is bad because it's an illness itself, but in reality, it's a defense mechanism by our body. It's not an illness itself, but it's a defense mechanism. So what exactly is fever? Okay, so what exactly is it? Well, you see, fever is the temporary increase in your body's temperature, okay? So what that basically means is, you see, our regular, a regular body temperature is more or less around 37 degrees Celsius, okay? That's our regular body temperature. But whenever you have a fever, right, most doctors say that it's more or less 38 degrees Celsius or higher. But that can vary depending on person to person. So it can vary, but it's more likely just 38 degrees higher, okay? Or just 38 degrees or just higher, whatever, okay? Now, how does fever happen? And what exactly causes fever? So fever is just the increase in our body's temperature, but what causes it? Well, you see, inside our brain, there's this tiny part of our brain called the hypothalamus, okay? And you see, the hypothalamus is basically, you can think of it as the body's thermostat, okay? And it basically makes sure that our body stays at 37 degrees Celsius. It basically makes sure that our body is in our regular body temperature. But whenever our immune system, okay, basically is like being under attack, so like our body's being under attack by germs and bacteria and viruses, our immune system sends out chemical signals to the hypothalamus. Okay, it sends out these tiny chemical signals that basically tell the hypothalamus to increase the body temperature. Boom, we have fever. So how is it good? Well, you see, some germs, okay, meaning some bacteria and viruses, won't work well under the heat and they can't multiply well, okay? So some germs can't work well during fevers, okay? And our immune systems can work more efficiently during fevers, and it can also help speed up certain other defense protocols and processes. So it can also speed up other defense mechanisms in our body to basically make sure those invaders get out of our body. But an interesting thing about fever is, while you have fever, you might feel cold. Even though it's basically when our body temperature is supposed to rise, right? We're supposed to be hot. Why do we feel cold? Well, you see, the hypothalamus, okay, our body's thermostat, basically raises the body temperature target. So the normal target was 37 degrees Celsius, and depending on you, right, the target can increase, okay? So once that target increases, our body basically thinks our current temperature is still too cold. So our body starts to make us shiver, thins and narrows our blood vessels near our skin, okay? And basically wants us to roll up in a blanket to basically create as much heat as we can to make us super hot, okay? And it'll eventually, like the shivering and the stuff, will eventually go away once we basically hit our new temperature target. But when does fever end? Okay, when does it go away? Well, eventually, once the immune systems gain the upper hand and gain control and kick out the germs, okay? Once they kick out all, the bacteria and viruses, stuff like that, the immune system will stop sending chemical messages to the hypothalamus, and the hypothalamus lowers the temperature target, and we eventually start to cool down. by releasing excess heat, widening the blood vessels near our skin, and making us sweat a lot to remove and release all that heat, okay, from the fever. And that's basically what causes and basically more or less what is a fever. And well, that's basically it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and hope to see you next time. Bye bye.